Hello and welcome. I want to play a game. Just kidding. Hi. As you can see, I'm not at school today because I'm ill. Oh, much to my disappointment. But I'm still going to send you this presentation because I promised I would. And we can't really reschedule, can we? So, my presentation is about Saw. Here's a little information about it. It was directed by James Wan, though at some point it got taken over by this guy. And the writers were James Wan and Lee Wannell. Lee Wannell was also in the film, which is really weird. And in the UK, its first release date was the 1st of October 2004. And it was released every October for the next few years. The taglines include, "Death is a shortcut," "We dare you again," "Sometimes rules are meant to be broken," "It's a trap," "You won't believe how it ends," and finally, "The game comes full circle." That's 6 films so far, but a 7th and even an 8th film is in the making now. I'm going to tell you a bit about the first one, though. With a dead body lying between them, 2 men wake up in the trap-ridden lair of a serial killer who's been nicknamed Jigsaw by the police because of his unusual calling card. As more victims of Jigsaw's games are revealed and the men struggle to escape by any means, who will play by the rules and survive? The most famous line from the films is,
"I want to play a game."
because it's what Jigsaw says at the beginning of every tape he gives his victims. IMDb, who provided this information, is giving it a rating of 7.7 out of 10. Not bad. So, moving on to characters. We've got Tobin Bell as the ever-famous John Kramer, aka Jigsaw, the star of every film, even though he dies. And we've got this guy, whose name I can't pronounce, as Dr. Lawrence Gordon, who doesn't seem to look very happy in that picture. We've got Lee Wannell, as I mentioned earlier, as Adam, is it Stanheit? I can't pronounce that either. And Shawnee Smith as Amanda Young, who's mentioned briefly in the first film, but you get to know her as the films go on. We've also got our little guest star, Billy the Puppet. That was a fail. They say that Saw has the most complicated genre ever in films, because it's supposed to be just a horror film, but it's also been named a gore fest, a splatter film, even torture porn. But it's mostly a horror/thriller, and it's very, very popular, as you can see from the tons of fan art, video game, the rides, the cosplayers, and even a mention in Scary Movie 4, which was pretty funny. So why is this movie nothing but pure awesomeness to me? That's easy. Because as well as it being a really exciting film where there's a new twist around every corner, it teaches you something about life. Jigsaw's games are meant to teach his victims to appreciate life more, because they've only ended up in the games because they haven't done things right. Even Tobin Bell himself in the interviews says that if you were to tell kids in school, "Let's talk about life morals," they'd probably fall asleep. But if you were to put Saw on, they'd be wide awake and paying attention, and it teaches them to appreciate life more. Because if they don't, they'll end up waking up in a little cell chained to a pipe. Aren't I evil? So, that's all I've really got to say at the moment, and I really hope that I don't get in trouble for this. Bye!
Game over.
This is the ultimate showdown, ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown. 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 Ultimate destiny.